Hello friends and welcome to Miss Kitty's Homestead. For those of you that are new here, I am Miss Kitty. And today's video is going to be just a little bit different. I haven't put a video out lately. I've been a little under the weather and just things have happened. But the reason for today's video is I have a grandson that is being bullied. And I know that a lot of kids go through this. But he's been going through this the past couple of years with these brothers, that's all I'll say. And it's gotten to the point, it's out of hand. He's now getting stuff thrown at him. He has gotten suspended because he has tried to defend himself. And I mean, lately seems like it's snowballing, and my daughter called me frustrated because it's affecting her too, her family. And so she's now thinking about homeschooling him. She has two others in school that seem to be doing fine, but she's going to be homeschooling him. But it's a sad thing that it has finally come down to this after 2 years of the one, I believe it was last year. They literally, one of the brothers busted my grandson's glasses. Literally busted his glasses. And the school tried to get the father to pay for them, but he never did. And the school has been called several times. Lately, one of the incidents is that my grandson, he's got the video, had a big welt on his arm from something that was thrown at him. And when that's my washer if you can hear it. When my daughter called the school over it, talked to the principal, his reply was, well, you know, boys will be boys. Now there's a problem there. I'm sorry and I'm frustrated and angry over this, but the school is failing my grandson. And there is laws in place against bullying. And it's to the point, you know, even when my grandson, I'm sorry, even when my grandson comes here, he's quieter. He's quieter than usual. I see him go off. He goes out and just stays alone. And I knew something was up, but I didn't understand, you know, how bad this was until my daughter said, look at this is happening. And it's bad though. It's to the point where, you know, the school just, they don't want to do nothing. I don't understand this. You know, even the teachers, you know, one of the bullies even went so far as to say, hey, and he called my grandson's name. And when my grandson said what, he called the teacher and said, hey, my grandson's name again. He said, he's talking and we're supposed to be being quiet. Well, it got him in trouble. This is nonstop. And the filthy language, the bully will tell my grandson, you SU big, you know, and this is every day. And in some of the classes, he has to sit by these brothers. And so it makes it even worse because they got access to him right there. And there's nothing being done. Why is it the school system is failing my grandson? You know, and I told my daughter, yes, pull him out and homeschool him. So yeah, it's been a pretty frustrating few days. Again, I don't see why the school won't do something. I remember when I was a kid, and I'm sure all of you out there remember back in your school days of somebody in your class getting bullied. I remember one specific person got bullied every day. I mean, every day. And I felt so bad for this person, and nothing was done. The teachers would turn a blind eye. And this person literally, there was two bullies stood on either side of this person in my classroom, and they would shove him back and forth, back and forth. And he would just sit there like afraid. And then they would start punching him. One would punch him, he'd go that way, and the other would punch him back and forth. And then his books would go flying. And I remember when they were punching him, this happened to this poor person every day, every day. But I remember one of the girls in our class finally screaming at the top of her lungs because she couldn't take watching them do that to him any longer. I mean, she let out a shriek and scream. And it affected me over the years. I often wondered, whatever happened to this person? Whatever happened to this person as a person? Were they able to function normally in life because of that? Where were they now? And I don't even know. And I'm going to tell you, bullying is a terrible thing. I had a family member also in my, well, I won't say, but I had a family member also that got bullied all the time. And this family member, she even got threw up against the wall by one of the teachers because she was just the one everybody picked on nonstop. And I'd come in from Florida one time, and I had learned about this still going on. And I remember going up to the school, and I talked to a couple of teachers, and I set them straight on it. I told them I didn't want to hear of it happening again, but that was my family member. But see, it's still going on today, and I, I feel bad for those that are being bullied because everybody has a breaking point. And, why they're allowed to continue on with this, what is going on in their homes. Maybe they're being bullied, maybe they're being abused. I don't know. But I know one thing, bullying still happens. There's laws against it, but it's still happening. And I think there should be more done. I think more cameras put in classrooms. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I can't, I hear the desperation in my daughter's voice, and nothing is being done about this. Like, what does it take? And especially when my grandson is doing things to himself because he's getting frustrated. Now, this is wrong. I just very frustrated as a grandparent. Short of going over to that school myself, it's a good thing I'm a praying grandma because I'm very angry. And I have prayed for the safety of my grandson, even because I know not just physically, but emotionally what it is doing to my grandson. It is setting him up in life. You go to school to learn, that sets you up. Well, if all he's learning every day is to be afraid and being bullied, there's something wrong and there's something got to be done. And I'm very frustrated. I just don't know what to do. Other than I do know my daughter's going to pull him out of school and homeschool. And that's sad because, he does have others that, his friends there. But because of these bullies, it's all going to end. If any of you grandparents out there are as much involved in your grandchildren's life as I am, and you truly care as this is happening, let me know. Again, I'm just really frustrated, and I'm sorry I haven't put a video out lately. I will be doing a holiday video soon. Actually, I'm working on one, but this has been so heavy on my heart the past couple days since my daughter has gotten a hold of me, and I'm just, I would really like to hear from other parents out there or grandparents. If anybody has any great advice, um, good Christian advice, you know, like to hear from you. So please be watching for my next upcoming video. Again, I don't normally do a video like this. I have never done a video like this, but I felt the need to. Um, so be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hope you all well and have a good day. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.